You know, when you see education, it's so huge. Is it
I understand that. I understand that.
Tertiary?
For instance, during the reign of PDP, there was privatization. The essence was that we realized that government couldn't do certain businesses. And so we said, okay, the private sector should come in and do the business. Yes, I agree that along the line, there were some individuals that misbehaved. We've learned those lessons. But it's about the principle. What do our people require at this point in time? People who have not eaten, what story are you going to tell them? So the focus is let the level of poverty, at least, let it reduce.
Let me put you on pause there, and I want to return to the audience now, and in no particular order, anybody who wants to respond to this can respond. I've seen people tell me that they've chosen candidates, not necessarily presidential candidates, but inclusive of presidential candidates, because the person is handsome.
Apologies.
Okay, with all due apologies to all handsome people. But if you choose your candidate, for example, on the basis of the person's physical appearance, but then the person turns out to be not quite so successful in the office, who is to blame? The candidate or the voter?
Perhaps Victoria Follower can answer that. Public relations officer, that's sort of your field. If you could answer that.
Well, I just want to add that one should not look at the attractiveness of a person before picking their candidates. As if I'm picking a political aspirant, for example, I'm going to look at his ideology, I'm going to look at the manifesto, and I want to know how humanly faced their ideologies are. Nigerians want to be more involved in governance now. So I don't think about attractiveness.
Would you be interested in being given a wide range of ideologies from which you then choose one and then look for a candidate who is closest to that one that you have chosen?
Yes, I would look. And these days, everybody's coming out with their manifestos. So one should pick from which one is closest, nearest to what one is looking out for in the future.
Now, I know you have a question. Do you? Or you want to keep that for now?
I would like to keep that for now.
Okay. Now, because I then want to raise this. People talk about, and the panelists can weigh in on this as well. People talk about all the promises we hear sound the same.
I was about to say that.
We will build roads, we will build hospitals, we will build schools. Even if I now step forward here, I'm likely to say more of the same thing, you know, because it seems to be what is selling. And it makes it difficult for you, I think, as Toyose and one of the other panelists mentioned, to hold anybody to account. If I say I'm going to build you roads, if I end up with only 2 roads after 4 years, I've fulfilled that mandate because you didn't ask me how many roads. And you didn't say from where to where, how many kilometers, of what quality. There are people who are building roads that, as they are building them, they are being washed away. But it's recorded that they are building roads. So, Chelsea, you wanted to say something, please.
I just wanted to say that what is most powerful, there's something that is more powerful and most superior to any political ideology, and that is an informed citizen. A citizen that understands that there is nothing that keeps a politician on their toes like your ability to understand and decipher between the truth and the lies. The most instructive comment I've ever heard in politics in this country is that when it comes to sharing money, our elites will unite, irrespective of whatever party they belong to. We, the people, rarely ever matter. And so I need we, the Nigerians, to understand. My sister Victoria made such a brilliant comment about how citizens are people are releasing manifestos. My quick response to that is poverty as a weapon of control in a democratic system is so powerful.
And that is what
and in a situation where, I will say this time and again, in a situation where the same man clamors for bread and books, bread will always win. There is no way people that are hungry will ever make the right choices. And we're stuck between making the choice, between quality and choice. My dear brother made the comment about Japan and China. You're speaking about countries of statesmen, not countries of men who don't care about the next generation That's the kind of country we live in. And so while we're speaking about political ideology, I need Nigerians to go to the polls in 2019, knowing that you cannot collect 4,000 naira per vote because you've collected 1,000 naira per year of a 4-year democracy. And I need us to know that there are countries in the states in this country where people are receiving 4,000, 5,000 naira per vote. That is rich. There are parts of this country where the bribe that people get are bathroom slippers and toothpaste.
Which is a question I wanted
to ask. Because when people are so poor.
This is a question I wanted to ask you. That when you say to people, challenge the ideology, challenge the politician, and challenge what they say, don't just sell your vote to somebody who has not eaten.
Poverty as a weapon of control.
Exactly. So what then is the message to the electorate? What will make it different in 2023?
Nigerians need to come to reality. I said it before, this election is between two parties. We've done very well with the 3 new parties. I wish they started 3 years before now. You don't wake up 6 months to an election in a country with multi-layered complexities like Nigeria. 774 local governments and multi-ethnic groups. A country broken along the lines of religious animosity. 6 months to election, you build a new party and want to be president. It doesn't work like that. In a country where citizens are not so informed, so this election is between two parties. And the question, if we the people eventually don't win in 2019, what we must do is to infiltrate all of the 5 parties who are leading in this election. If the people don't, because the truth is, if you are not on the table, you are on the menu. If you are not part of the people making the decisions, you are part of the people that are going to eat up. And so if the people don't win in 2019, what we must do is to join those political parties. So that when they say we should steal, the number of people that say we cannot steal.
I see the 2 politicians on the panel
smiling.
A bit uneasy when you say that if you are not on the table, then you are on the menu. Because they are seeing themselves, I think, as being on the table. And then
everybody
are on the menu.
All of us here are on the menu. I know you probably don't believe that.
Is that the way you
but we'll have to take a break now. We'll take a break now. And then when we come back, we'll find out who is on the menu.
That's right.